spectrum will not be seen this evening, so we may present the following special program.
The manager of the Texas Rangers.
Flag one, flag road. Got it!
A 2-2 pitch. He's got the
Memories from Arlington Stadium. Sponsored in part by Bank of America, Miller Lite, and American Express.
Hello again, everybody. I'm Scott Murray. Delighted to have you along on this Saturday night as we come to you live from Arlington Stadium. Now, for the course of the next 30 minutes, we will take a journey back in time some 22 years as we take a look at memories from Arlington Stadium. And tonight, we're going to start with a little something here. If you can follow me back in time, Arlington Stadium may never have matched all the great history of Yankee Stadium, may never have had the charm of Wrigley Field in Chicago, or all the great atmosphere, I guess best put, of Fenway Park in Boston. But Arlington Stadium has had a charm all its own. And here's our first report.
Pro-Brands, souvenir Pro-Brands. Yes, sir. There you go. One, thank you very much. Enjoy the game.
Ranger, Ranger, Ranger. Thank you. Enjoy the game. I need a ticket. $4.
Is this Texas or what? Where else can you go? Get a couple cold beers, pack of smokes, but don't tell my doctor I'm supposed to quit. And have a great time watching a great game.
Anything else for you, sir? Try it on. $20.
What do you say?
Right side leans into Rodriguez. 1-2 the count. Here's the pitch. Swing. Miss. Chasing the ball down and away.
He may have done it again. Fly ball to right field. Jerry Lewis is there.
Like every Major League ballpark, Arlington Stadium has a special appeal. Where else can you root for an electronic dot to win a race?
A reminder, this is an exhibition. No wagering, please. And they're off.
Or two-step to the Cotton Eye Joe during the 7th inning stretch. But Arlington Stadium's character comes from ordinary people. Like Zonk Lenzillo, a season ticket holder who has become the team's head cheerleader. There's John, the unmistakable hot dog vendor.
Come on, Raffy!
A pair of nuns, Sister Maggie and Sister Frances from St. Joseph's in Fort Worth, have been season ticket holders since 1972. Their devotion to the Rangers shows every night.
We've had a lot of injuries and it's hurt, but we will make it. Have faith we will.
Now, the faith of Sister Frances went unfulfilled again this year here in 1993 at the stadium, but Ranger fans are the most loyal in all of Major League Baseball. They have never been a part of an all-star game, never seen a pennant race until this year, never been to the playoffs, and certainly never been to the World Series. But they continue to come out in droves each and every year. The Rangers, by the way, drew more than 2 million fans this year for the 5th consecutive year. Now, let's go back in time to 1972, over 2 decades ago. The only professional baseball team seen here in North Texas was minor league ball in the Texas League. But in order to attract a big league team, leaders from the two cities of Dallas and Fort Worth knew they would have to join forces. And no one knew that better than a man who lived in the middle.
That was in the game plan.
That man was then Arlington Mayor Tom Vandergriff, who led the effort to build a new baseball stadium. Construction began in 1964, and by the next spring, Turnpike Stadium was home to the AAA Dallas-Fort Worth Spurs.
Baseball was the first time that the people of Dallas and Tarrant counties voted for the same thing at the same time.
The new stadium seated 10,000 people. but it was built to accommodate future expansion. In 1971, American League owners approved moving the Washington Senators to Arlington. Owner Bob Short arrived with cowboy hats and a new name for his team, the Texas Rangers. The ballpark was renamed Arlington Stadium and expanded to house 36,000 for 1972. But rapid construction meant the giant stadium scoreboard wasn't ready on opening day. Neither were the players. They went on strike.
Any old player, any player that used to play, and any executive that's been around the game for a long time, I think they're all disappointed that we're not playing today.
We'd waited for this day for a long, long time, and it's disappointing that we don't have 35,000 people here.
2 weeks later, Major League Baseball finally arrives in North Texas, and Mayor Vandergrift throws out the first pitch. Of course, the man that made that all happen joins us tonight live from the stadium, the former mayor of the city of Arlington, Texas, Tom Vandergrift. Welcome, my friend.
Scott, great to be here.
Is this a bittersweet weekend for you?
It is that. I'm excited about the new stadium, of course, as all of us are. But this place has many memories. It really represents more than baseball, because it was the first time that our region came together as one in order to achieve a goal that probably we couldn't have done had we gone our separate ways. So that's why I say that it is bigger than baseball, and although the baseball memories are so bright, so many thrills here, still in all, this old stadium symbolizes our maturity as a region, our realization that we could do some things like airports later that we probably couldn't have done had we not come together. Baseball, universal language, and it worked wonders for the Dallas-Fort Worth region.
It's always fun to talk to you. We've only got 30 minutes tonight in our program. We've got all kinds of things to get to. I can't thank you enough for stopping by.
Thank you, Scott.
You indeed have been Mr. Baseball in this area, and there are a lot of fans out there, literally millions, that have you to thank for what we're going to be a part of next year. Thank you much.
If ever there was a labor of love, this was it.
All right. Thank you very much, Judge Tom Vandergrift. It has indeed been a great season here in 1993 for the Texas Rangers, finishing better than they ever have before in a pennant race until less than a week before. They've produced some great and some not so great moments, and we'll have more on that when we come back live from Arlington Stadium.
What's been the biggest change for you now, adjusting from Class A to the Major League?
I think learning the pitchers, you know, seeing the pitchers and knowing what they throw and how they try to set you up and things like that, it's a lot different.
Who says there are no heroes? What about the guy who treats a fender like modern art? And all the ones who never call a game on account of weather. There are people who make things perfect 1,000 times a day. And if Bank of America can help with the money, keep things safe, save them some time, then they can go on doing the really important things. Banking on America. Bank of America.
You can combine wiener dogs and drag racing, luge and bowling, sumo and high dive, even lawyers and rodeo. In fact, if you can combine great taste and less filling, you can combine just about anything. But nothing can be combined with drinking irresponsibly. That just isn't funny. Miller Lite reminds you to please think when you drink.
The success of any organization of human beings really depends upon how well they can work together. So we try to hire good attitudes. I think the easiest way to lose success is to become convinced that you are successful. I think American Express has a distinctive market. I've really been very appreciative of not just the card itself, but the service behind the card.
American Express is welcomed on airlines all around the world. Herb's kind of partial to his corner of the world.
If luxury car window stickers also reflected the cost of insurance, repairs, fuel, registration fees, depreciation, and maintenance, you'd see the Acura Legend as the lowest cost of ownership in its class, and why owning a Legend isn't quite such an unraveling experience.
Take advantage of year-end savings on the Legend, now at your local Acura dealer.
We've had reports of golf ball to baseball-sized hail from parts of central downtown Dallas coming into Oak Cliff, and these storms will move down into the DeSoto, Lancaster, and through Oak Cliff and that general area during the next 20 to 30 minutes. We'll keep you advised. A severe thunderstorm warning obviously is in effect.
Anybody that saw the team in the beginning cannot say this is the same team. We'll just really improve, I think.
Jeff Burrows certainly provided some great moments in that MVP season, but he's just one of the many Rangers who provided fans with some great moments over the last 22 years. Here's Bill Jones now with a look at some of Arlington Stadium's unforgettable moments.
Cozy Arlington Stadium has offered fans an up-close and personal view of their team. And as we sweep through the archives, we notice at times some have gotten a little too up-close and personal. But as we bid farewell on the stadium's final weekend, many remember they had a ball its first weekend.
I remember Frank Howard hit a home run that day.
All right, Pat. Now a Yankee coach, Frank Howard, still remembers where he hit that home run.
Yeah, dead center field.
Angel pitcher Nolan Ryan had a forgettable first weekend here. The Rangers sweep that first series as Don Mincher takes Nolan deep in the very first inning of Ryan's very first game here. Bill and Dorothy Phipps of Arlington were there then and kept coming back for more.
We even saw David Clyde when he pitched his first game.
The stadium's first sellout ever, and 18-year-old David Clyde delivers.
3 and a minute struck him out. 7 strikeouts for Clyde.
Longtime Ranger fans do remember David Clyde's debut, Frank Howard's first home run here. But there are some of us, those of us who spent part of our youth, quite frankly, in serious need of a life. Sitting on the back porch, keeping score as we listen to the likes of Ryzen Hoover on the radio, telling us about Ranger players like Toby Hara, Rico Carty, Alex Johnson. Yes, there are some of us who have scorebooks full of Ranger memories.
A personal favorite in '73. Clyde and Jim Bibby teamed to sweep 2 from Nolan and the Angels on Farm and Ranch night. Not to be confused with Hot Pants night. Just one in a series of promotional gimmicks the Rangers paraded past their fans early on. They had almost as many managers, from Ted Williams.
I still think that we might be a lot better.
To Whitey Herzog.
But we're going to be better.
To Billy Martin.
Doug, I like to just talk about the good things, the positive things.
Despite a team that was hard to watch at times, the managerial slogan was, "Wait till next year." And how about a salute to opening day? We've seen presidential pitches, but the best season opening stuff from Fergie Jenkins, who one-hit the A's in '74. Jenkins, a jokester at times, and the Rangers were a joke at times, too. But they did have their moments. Bill Stein, a record 7 straight pinch hits.
And the Rangers scream out of the dugout to congratulate us.
Odeby McDowell hits for the cycle.
The first Ranger ever to hit for the cycle.
Talk about your homers. Bo knows, and Nolan knows who has the longest ever here.
Oh, Jackson hit a ball 500 feet. Oh, my Lord.
But there was no more perfect game here than Mike Witt's in the '84 finale.
It's a perfect game.
Yes, there are more than a few memories. And many more to come for future fans in the new ballpark. This is Bill Jones reporting.
Some great players over the years, over the last 22 to be exact, have come through Arlington Stadium, but perhaps the greatest of them all will hang it up after 27 years in the majors tomorrow afternoon here at the stadium. When we come back, we'll have more memories from Arlington Stadium, so don't go away.
Having financial trouble, bankruptcy can give you a fresh start. At Johnson & Johnson, we handle nothing but bankruptcy. We've successfully completed thousands of cases at affordable rates, helping people just like you to get a fresh start. At Johnson & Johnson, bankruptcy is not a sideline. It's our only business. For free information on how you can stop foreclosure, stop creditor harassment, stop repossession, stop IRS tax seizures, call now. Thousands have selected Johnson & Johnson. And we'd like to help you, too.
In Texas, people don't change for the sake of change, unless you give them a good reason first. Like the Chevy Suburban. It lets Texans do what it is that they do best. And they do it in Suburban's comfortable, roomy interior, with the largest cargo capacity in its class. Just ask the folks who drive one. They probably wouldn't change a thing. Chevy Suburban is the national car of Texas.
loaded with cheeseburgers at McDonald's. So who's on first? 2 double cheeseburgers for $2. Is it double on first? Double doubles with 2 triples on second for $3. A triple on second? Double triple.
Thanks to McDonald's Double Plays, you can get 2 double cheeseburgers for $2, 2 triple cheeseburgers for $3, and a great deal on a triple cheeseburger extra value meal with Coke and fries.
That's what I said at first. No, at first the 2 double cheeseburgers.
What you want is what you get at McDonald's today.
Are setting up a customer.
Excuse me, aren't you the M in Jam?
Yes, sir. Pretty.
Oh, thank you. That is so beautiful.
And we got good news for you. Jane and Mike on Channel 5, the Texas News Channel.
Well, it's 10 o'clock.
Let's jam.
Welcome back as we come to you live and continue our program tonight, Memories from Arlington Stadium. The first game played here at the stadium was back on April 23rd of 1965, close to 30 years ago. Just 1 year later, in 1966, a young pitcher made his way to the majors. But it would take 23 years for Nolan Ryan to put on and become a member of the Texas Rangers organization. And it would be in this stadium that Nolan Ryan would finish a career that will likely never be equaled in all of Major League Baseball. Terry Briggs has that story.
Oh, boy.
For the Express, it wasn't supposed to end this way.
Obviously, I would have loved to have finished striking out the last hitter I ever faced.
But Nolan Ryan went out the same way he came in, throwing as hard as he could.
I think at one time I was probably as dominating as there was in the league.
He pitched in both leagues, and the numbers he leaves behind leave you with the same kind of look he saw a lot during his 27 seasons. 53 records broken or tied, starting with the Mets in '66. On to the Angels, where in 1973 he pitched 26 complete games and the first 2 no-hitters of his career, including a 17 strikeout masterpiece against Detroit. So dominating was Nolan on this day that the Tigers' Norm Cash came to the plate in the 9th inning carrying a piano leg. He already knew ordinary bats wouldn't work against Ryan, but after home plate umpire Ron Luciano had a good laugh, he made Cash grab a bat anyway, so Nolan could have the last laugh.
Here it comes. He pops it up. A tough play.
By 1981, Nolan had gone on to the Houston Astros, where on a Saturday afternoon in late September, just down the road from his hometown, the baseball world stood still for his record 5th no-hitter.
This may be it.
I am a diehard Texan. I really wanted to remain in Texas. These were all factors that came into play.
December 7th, 1988, a day that will live in infamy for the Houston Astros. But for the Texas Rangers, it was one of the most significant days in franchise history, the day the Ryan Express agreed to head north and reestablish Arlington Stadium and the Rangers on the Major League Baseball map.
1989 was a 16-win year for Big Tex, his best in 6 seasons. At 42, he led the major leagues in strikeouts. And on August 22nd, he got the most memorable one in a Rangers uniform. In 1990, the countdown to Ryan's 300th win was on. But on a cool night in Oakland in early June, he paused to rewrite no-hit history again.
And a date with destiny tonight for Nolan Ryan, as he has 12 no-hitter number 6 against the Oakland A's.
A month and a half later, Nolan notched number 300 in Milwaukee, but he was far from finished. On May 1st, 1991, he put it all together one more time on maybe the most spine-tingling night ever at Arlington Stadium.
And the 2-2 pitch. He's
a man once described as John Wayne in cleats, the ride into the sunset was set for his 27th Major League season. And even during a disappointing final act, there were memories that will linger. Nolan Ryan has one more destination left on his amazing baseball journey.
Next stop, Cooperstown.
This is Terry Briggs reporting.
Big Tex, he indeed is something special. Stop and think about it. This is not just a day to look back, but it's also a very special day to look ahead to the Rangers' new home in a new era. When we come back, we'll have more on that.
Golfers just love punishment. That's all there is to it. If he plays around here, he's in every water hazard, every bunker. But should he hit the ball from the tee to the green on the 17th hole, that's the only shot he's going to ever remember. I can't explain it, but that's golf. The American Express card is welcomed at all these TPC golf clubs, and it does just as much for the bad golfer as it does for the good golfer.
American Express is welcomed at all kinds of golf courses. No wonder the card is green.
Look, it's Big Shot Lawyers.
Put the calf roping back on.
Let's watch both.
Miller Lite presents the Big Lawyer Roundup. There's Billy Pugh going after that divorce lawyer that took away his bass boat.
Get him.
Got him. Brought to you by Miller Lite. If you can combine great taste and less filling, you can combine anything. Check it out, Bobby. Here comes a big, rich tax attorney. This is some beer. Great taste, less filling. Can your beer do this?
It's a big place, America. But we've all gotten pretty good at getting around in it. So when you're the Bank of America, you put yourself in the right spot so you can be there when people arrive. Banking on America. Bank of America.
Find our Texas Town Park back at DFW Toyota in Hurst. We're open right now this Saturday until midnight. If you're looking for a Corolla, take advantage of this opportunity right here. There are 20 available 1993 Deluxe Corollas, automatic, air conditioning, stereo, and more. Right now this Saturday, your choice at $229 a month. Again, not one or two, 20 available at only $229 a month. Just pick the color you want. Here on Northeast Loop 820 at the Pipeline Glenview exit till midnight right now this Saturday. And as always, if yours doesn't say this, you probably paid too much.
This year's Texas Ranger baseball team made the last season here in Arlington Stadium one to remember. Left fielder Juan Gonzalez and first baseman Rafael Palmeiro made sure the stadium went out with a blast. All-star Pudge Rodriguez, still the youngest catcher in the majors. Third baseman Dean Palmer, Doug Strange, David Hulse, Kenny Rogers. Just a few of those who quickly make their mark in the new ballpark. And that ballpark is sure to be a jewel in all of Major League Baseball. All you had to do was look over the outfield bleachers just behind me in right center this season and watch the progress on the new stadium. And that's where tonight we find our own John Radigan at the ballpark in Arlington. John?
Yes, Scott, I'll tell you what, this is a beautiful new facility, and obviously it's not even close to being done yet. All night we've been talking about the memories of Arlington Stadium, and there are millions and millions of memories for the park that was the home to the Rangers for 22 years, and we've barely even scratched the surface, and that's nothing compared to the memories that will be made here. The new ballpark, the ballpark in Arlington, has been designed to outlast all of us, and actually, as we learned earlier in the week, it's not really a stadium, it is a ballpark. As the balloons went up, thumbs went down all over the Metroplex. There was widespread disappointment in the name for the new stadium, the ballpark in Arlington. But there is little else here that will disappoint.
From all angles, this is a magnificent structure, but as we get inside, you'll see that the whole stadium collapses around the ball field. It's large on the outside, but cozy on the inside.
Entering the park, you immediately notice the wide aisles. They allow for easy entry and, more importantly, exit from the park.
Keep in mind, when you exit the ballpark, no longer will we have to have 40,000 people go through a handful of portals. All these will be open. These will have gates on them, and we'll just swing the gates open, and people will be able to come and go without being constricted or constrained by limited access.
As you make your way toward the field, excitement builds. This is a shrine to baseball, a showpiece to showcase the American pastime.
Oh, it's fabulous. It is unbelievable.
And is it right on schedule?
Right on schedule, yeah. Opening day 94, no question.
And how about budget-wise?
One way or the other.
Okay,
yeah, we're doing great on budget.
The total budget is $175 million. The Arlington taxpayers kicked in $135 million. The Rangers will pay for overages. The club has a close eye on construction and on costs.
Got a great man right here, one of our best fans.
Right now, the park is full of workers and equipment, but when finished, it will be full of character.
Yeah, let's wander over here in the home run porch, which is one extremely unique setting.
It isn't a short porch in right, unless you sneak it down the line, which is 325 feet from home plate. Still, right field has some inviting targets.
You know, maybe one of these days, guy hits the roof.
Yeah.
We'll, of course, have it well documented and well painted.
The players have already staged a home run derby here and proven how big this place is.
Oh, you can't hit one on stage.
Never.
Well, I shouldn't say never. Juan Gonzalez in our Juan Gonzalez in home run derby here bounced one off the club section.
Yet, as big as it is, as majestic as it is, it's not intimidating for players or fans.
This seat right here, and there's home plate, see?
That's stake?
Yeah. And so this seat right here is 9 feet closer in this ballpark than it is in Arlington. And one of the things people love about Arlington is its cozy nature.
Yeah.
This is cozier.
It's still several months from completion, but it already feels like another baseball mecca. Oriole Park at Camden Yards.
I almost sound like a Texan, but it feels a lot better than Camden Yards.
Better than Camden Yards. Boy, that's going some. We spent opening day this season for the Rangers at Camden Yards. That is a beautiful park. 48,000 plus fans. We'll find out if this is better than Camden Yards. That'll come next April 11th when the Rangers play their very first game here. April 11th, 1994, a date to mark on your calendar. Rangers against the Milwaukee Brewers right here at the ballpark in Arlington. It should be a great opening day and a great stadium for all these people, a great ballpark for people to enjoy for years to come. Scott, that's it from over here. I throw it back to you.
All right, John, thank you much. And I've got a feeling that one John Radigan will be one of those on board.
You got it.
Come next April. Thank you much, John. 22 years of Major League Baseball come to a close tomorrow afternoon here at the stadium. And also a 27-year career, one of the greatest of all time. Nolan Ryan hangs up the spikes as well tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be indeed quite a day, and we'll have it all tomorrow night on Sports Extra right here on the Texas News Channel. So until then, thanks for your time tonight. I'm Scott Murray, and one final time, good night from Arlington Stadium.
Strike one, standing between Witt and a perfect game. Here's the pitch and a swing and a two. Bouncer to second. Will Fong has it. Lobs to first. It's a perfect game. Mike Witt, a perfect game. The first since Lenny Barker in 1981. He is being mobbed.
And there's a whole group of other people that we'd like to thank. And that's that 1,600,000 plus of you people who made this possible.
Here's the stretch by Henke, the look back. And the 1-2 to Sierra is swung on, and a high drive to deep right.